We've been working with big corporations on innovation challenges for over a decade now, over many continents. And what we've seen is companies that want to innovate, they can be quite successful when it touches just their current core business or incremental innovations. But whenever we've touched radical, transformative business model innovations, we've seen that internal teams often do not have the capabilities, the mindset, and the infrastructure to actually start new businesses within corporations. And many of those initiatives were either dying or were slowly developing, or for sure were not developing as fast as the market was. Because everywhere you see, across industries, startups are innovating faster than any corporation can. And the global ecosystem of entrepreneurs is creating hundreds and prototyping hundreds of businesses every day. And only some of them obviously will succeed. But within corporations, if you want to replicate the same mindset, you need to go through long budgeting processes, long decision-making processes. That makes all those processes costly. And that was the starting point. We knew that corporations have a huge innovation challenge, we knew also that they cannot do it alone. They cannot do it internally only. And we increasingly came to a conclusion that our clients need to not only improve their innovation capability inside, but they need to also build an innovation ecosystem around them to be better at working with startups and entrepreneurs around them. And with D-RAFT, we created an entity that's helping corporations work with startups with a mission to help both sides grow together. And we believe that there is a great value that corporations can get from working with startups, and also great value that small companies can get from the distribution channels, the resources and relations of big corporations. And I believe that any corporation that's starting in the field wants to embrace the startup ecosystem, should just define the challenges and start working with startups on some pilots. There are great examples of companies like Unilever Foundry doing over 80 pilots in 18 months with different startups, bringing the startup mindset into the company, learning totally new technologies, totally new business models, and experimenting and creating those things in a lean, cheap, and very powerful way. We're working with big corporations like P&G and national postal offices or telecoms, and they don't have always the capacity to be out there in the ecosystem across countries. And we, as a hub, as a broker, we are very active across countries in the startup ecosystems. We're building relations, and we give companies, firstly, reach across countries, across ecosystems, across VCs, and we help them through our relations with that ecosystem to look farther. Secondly, we eliminate all the workload of looking through hundreds of applications and picking the top 5 or top 10 candidates to partner with, which not every business person in a corporation has time to do it. And we have the skill because that's all we do. We are experts in defining the right brief, in looking at the ecosystem, picking the best candidates, and then selecting the best ones for pilots. And secondly, we bring in the expertise in defining the pilot, defining the business model for a joint venture, joint collaboration, co-branding or white label collaboration with a startup, and helping go through the pilot towards the prototyping phase, towards the deal. So we see our role as a partner that really takes the corporation hand by hand and eliminates the tiring work, looking through hundreds of applications, hundreds of candidates, and really focusing internal resources of corporation on the implementation work, which is, I think, the most powerful thing that corporations should focus on. Obviously, they need to invest in relation building, they need to be out there in the ecosystem, but in terms of working on different challenges, I think there is plenty of work in actually getting the work done in the corporation, implementing those innovations. And that's, I think, the right split of responsibility. We bring the scouting part and the piloting part, and they bring in the implementation part.